Imagine standing in a scorching desert, the sun burning your skin, staring at a mountain of stone rising impossibly high, 2.3 million blocks, each heavier than a car. It's 4,600 years ago, and you're one of thousands building the Great Pyramid of Giza. No machines, no modern tools, just your hands, your sweat, and a dream bigger than the horizon. How did they do it? Why did they risk everything for these monuments? Hold on tight, because the lives of these ancient builders will leave you speechless. It's dawn, 2600 BCE, on the Giza Plateau. The Nile glints under the rising sun as you, a young laborer named Keti, wake in a mud-brick hut. The air smells of dust and fresh-baked barley bread. Your wife, Mirette, stirs embers to heat flatbread, while your son plays with a clay toy ox. You're no slave. Archaeological finds prove most pyramid workers were skilled Egyptians, fed and housed by the pharaoh's wealth. But your muscles ache from yesterday's haul, dragging limestone blocks across the sand. Life here revolves around the rhythm of the Nile, which floods annually, depositing fertile silt that sustains the kingdom. Without it, there'd be no surplus grain to feed the massive workforce, no time for such grand endeavors. As a builder, you're part of a society where every role supports the divine order. As you join your crew, the foreman chants prayers to Ra, the sun god, for strength. You're part of a 20,000-strong workforce, quarrymen, haulers, masons, and scribes buzzing like a living machine. Surprising fact, workers got medical care, with skeletons showing healed fractures and even brain surgeries performed with copper tools. Ancient texts describe herbal remedies like honey for wounds and willow for pain, precursors to modern medicine. But suspense builds. Today, you're tasked with moving a 60-ton granite slab from a barge unloaded from the Nile. One wrong step, and it could crush you. Will the team's ropes hold? These ropes, woven from papyrus and palm fibers, are tested daily, but accidents happen. You grip them tightly, your calloused hands raw from friction. The sled holds. You and your crew chant in rhythm, sliding the massive stone onto wooden rollers greased with animal fat. Ingenious, right? Archaeologists uncovered ramps, long sloping paths of mud and limestone chips, used to drag blocks up the pyramid's rising sides. Some ramps spiraled around the structure, others stretched straight into the desert, miles long to maintain a gentle incline. Mind-blowing reveal. Evidence suggests they flooded ramps with water to reduce friction, like an ancient slip-and-slide for multi-ton stones. This technique, deduced from canal remnants near the site, shows their hydraulic engineering prowess. Your copper chisel, hardened in fire, shapes limestone with precision. For tougher granite, you pound dolerite hammers, muscles burning, sparks flying in the dry air. Emotional pull. You carve your team's name, Friends of Khufu, into a block, a mark of pride that'll outlast you, hidden within the pyramid's core for eternity. But danger looms. Quarry collapses weren't rare, and a friend, S. Limp, reminds you of last month, At's accident, where a rockslide buried 3 men. Tools weren't enough. Teamwork was everything. Scribes calculated angles with knotted ropes, ensuring the pyramid's perfect alignment to the stars, north to Polaris, sides to cardinal directions with astonishing accuracy, better than 1.05 degrees off true north. This wasn't luck. It was astronomy woven into architecture. Suspense spikes. Tonight, you're climbing inside the pyramid to set a chamber stone. Will the narrow shaft collapse under the weight? These internal passages, lined with polished granite, were built as the pyramid rose, layer by layer, requiring precise planning to avoid structural failure. You emerge, heart pounding, the stone secure. Outside, the pyramid gleams, a stairway to eternity for Pharaoh Khufu. Why did you pour your life into this? It's not just a job, it's divine. Egyptians believed the pyramid ensured Khufu's soul would join the gods, securing cosmic order, or Mayat. Disrupt Mayat, and chaos, floods, droughts, invasions would follow. Emotional depth. You imagine your son's future, safe under a pharaoh's divine protection. Every block you place is a prayer for stability in a world where the Nile Enas whims could mean feast or famine. Your village hums with life. Women brew beer, currency for workers, rich in nutrients to sustain long days, while priests sacrifice oxen to honor the gods. Surprising twist, workers' graffiti, found in hidden chambers, boasts of rival teams racing to haul stones faster, like an ancient Olympics, with phrases like drunkards of Menkar, showing humor amid hardship. But suspense lingers. Rumors spread of a food shortage. The Nile's flood was weak this year. Will the granaries hold? Social bonds kept spirits high. Festivals with music from harps and flutes, dance under torchlight, and roasted goose broke the grueling routine. Yet, class divides stung. Nobles in fine linen robes oversee your labor, their villas dwarfing your modest hut made of sun-dried bricks. Scribes, educated in hieroglyphs, record your quotas, while you, illiterate but skilled, rely on oral traditions. The pharaoh, seen as a god-king, rarely visits, but his overseers enforce discipline with whips for laziness, though rewards like extra rations motivate more than fear. The news is grim. Khufu demands the pyramid finished before his death, rumored to be near due to illness. You work longer hours, hauling stones under moonlight, torches flickering shadows across the plateau. Shocking fact, the Great Pyramid took 10-20 years, with 100,000 workers rotating seasonally during the flood season when farms were inundated, allowing farmers to join the effort. This rotation prevented burnout and integrated the project into national life. Your friend, injured in a fall from a ramp, now carves amulets instead, his spirit unbroken, selling protective scarabs to fellow workers. Emotional resonance. You tell your son stories of the pyramid at night, hoping he'll inherit your craft, not your pain, passing down techniques like levering stones with wooden poles. Archaeologists found workers' cemeteries near Giza, not slave pits, but honored graves with bread, beer offerings, and even model boats for the afterlife. These people weren't disposable. They were valued, with families buried together, suggesting a community of respect. Yet, sacrifice was real. Broken spines, worn joints from repetitive strain, lives cut short by exhaustion or silicosis from stone dust. Suspense peaks. As the capstone nears, a sandstorm threatens to bury the ramps. Winds howling, visibility zero, you huddle in shelters praying to Set, god of chaos, to spare them. Will you finish in time? The storm passes and you press on, layer by layer, until the final blocks are set. You do, and standing atop the completed pyramid, gold-tipped and dazzling under the sun, you feel immortal. The stars align with its points, a cosmic bridge for Khufu's soul, oriented to Orion's belt, symbolizing rebirth. The structure, originally 146 meters tall, was the tallest man-made edifice for millennia, its white limestone casing reflecting light like a beacon. As workers, you celebrate with a grand feast, beer flowing, songs praising Khufu's glory. But as years pass, the pyramid stands as a testament. Its internal chambers, the king's chamber with its granite sarcophagus, the queen's, and subterranean passages, holding secrets like the boat pits with disassembled solar barges for the pharaoh's journey. As the sun sets over Giza, you, Katie, vanish into history, but your work stands eternal. The pyramids aren't just stone, they're proof of human grit, faith, and genius. Today, we marvel at their precision, still unmatched by modern tech without lasers or computers. They challenge us. How did they align it so perfectly? Theories abound, star sightings, water levels for foundations, but the truth lies in collective will. In an era without wheels for heavy loads, they used sleds, they moved mountains. What will you build that outlasts you? Let that question burn in your mind, inspiring reflection on legacy, innovation, and the human capacity to defy limits. If this journey to ancient Egypt gripped your soul, hit that like button, share this story with someone who loves history's mysteries, and subscribe for more epic tales from the past. Tap the bell. Don't miss the next adventure. Thanks for watching. Let's keep building history together.